This playthrough is rated T for teen. Whoever the bell tolls for thee. Greetings and salutations, viewers. Vauldemare back here, and wait a minute, I'm in a weird spot. Why am I back here? And why is Kate's face missing? Because I'm messing with some stuff on my PC, and the way I'm doing this setup is kind of screwing some. It's not the game's fault, it's just the way I'm doing things and the way it's rendering stuff. I thought it'd show off finally the final. Man, that's kind of freaky. Look at that. But it's based off like going to the game menu and then going into my desktop and stuff like that, and it kind of screwed things up a little bit. But I thought it'd be funny just to show off that it can happen. I just decided to finally show off the green punch card because I forgot to do that a couple episodes ago when I said I was going to do that. So I don't recognize that tune though, so that seems a bit off. So anyway, let's load up an old file and get right back to it. Now I have missed a couple of things. When I was editing the episode before this one, I actually noticed something that I skimmed over before I messed with the attic, and I noticed something could be interacted with that I never did. So let's go back to that. Yeah, sorry about that. I told you at some point I was going to miss clicking on something at some point or wave over it too fast with my mouse and not notice that there's an interactive there. And when I was looking at the back screen image, I noticed there was a light source there, like a lamp that I could turn on. And I guess my monitor was a little dark, so I could barely see it at the time. But now that I focused on it, I could see that. Yeah, now you can see that there's a little interactive. I don't know how I missed that. I could have swore I skimmed over everything, but, well, you know, I said I am old and I wear glasses, though. Anyway, let's turn this on and see what illuminates. Looks like nothing out there. What's that noise?
Mammoth. You draw mammoth for Momo?
Momo, it's you. You scared me.
Wow, he did. He was like a sneaky witch thief or something like that. Jeez. This kid's special in more ways than one, I guess. Well, let's see what he knows. Probably not much.
What are you doing in here?
Momo want mammoth picture, like Hans picture.
Sorry, I haven't got a picture of a mammoth with me.
Take paper and pencil and draw mammoth for Momo.
You don't give up easily, do you?
Well, what's he giving us? Well, it goes into the jacket of infinity. So, we can ask him some questions. Well, we'll check what he gave us here in a second. So, I'm not sure how much Momo's going to give us, like, given his condition and situation. But, I don't know, perhaps he'll have some insight that, you know, other minds, unlike ours, can figure out. So, let's see.
You remember me, don't you? I'm Kate.
Draw mammoth for Momo, please.
You must find me a bit rude turning up places uninvited where nobody knows who I am. See, it's kind of my job, you know, to get involved. But don't mind me. Just carry on with what you're doing.
Momo not mind. Anna kind. Never angry.
That's right. She won't be angry. Not now.
Well, because she's dead. So wherever you go, hopefully she's resting in peace. But I get the point. And so Kate, you find it rude? I didn't think that would be considered. I'll have to look up the original term for rude. Maybe it's changed since then. And that's what you do? You're a lawyer, aren't you? I don't think lawyers get like into attics and steal stuff and unlock places that they're not supposed to be in. Good thing there's no security guard to stop us.
You're a sweet kid, Momo. But I can't draw. Least of all, mammoths.
Draw mammoth easy. Hans draw mammoth. Anna draw mammoth. Kate too.
I mean, maybe I could do a quick squiggle of a box, say, that has a mammoth inside.
No, Momo want a real mammoth.
My goodness, you are one stubborn boy.
That kind of reminds me of certain children I know. Well, I guess he kind of is when you think about it. His mentality probably is an older child, and I don't think Kate sees herself as being an artist, so we're going to need some help with that, so we'll have to figure that out. But
there's something I'm looking for, but I don't quite know what. I need a clue, anything that might tell me where Hans is. You want to help me, don't you?
First, you draw mammoth for Momo.
And if I help you, you help me, right?
Momo know Kate is kind. Kate draw mammoth for Momo. Then Momo tell Kate secret.
You've got a secret?
First draw mammoth for Momo.
You only know Kate and kind just because she's cute looking. That's it. She hasn't indicated any. Well, I mean, it's not like she's yelled at you or anything like that. But and you only say she's kind because you're a little manipulator. You want her to get your drawing so badly that you'll say she's kind even though you don't know anything about her. But anyway.
Do you know if Anna came here often with Hans?
Momo want mammoth picture, like Hans' picture.
Well, that's like talking to a brick wall. Well, sort of.
Tell me, Momo. I met someone real interesting in the factory, a kind of robot called Oscar. Now, he told me about a train. Anna didn't tell you where it was going, did she?
Train! Train! Choo-choo! Choo-choo! Woo!
Momo, it's okay, it's okay.
I'm kind of surprised Anna knows how to handle children or people like Momo or children, because children are like that too. If they get excited, they'll get all hyped up and they'll burn a lot of energy and yell. And so, it's kind of a typical tactic to calm them down. Is just be soothing and stuff like that. And I assume Kate doesn't have children. Maybe she had siblings, but I don't think she does, if I recall. So, I guess good on you to calm them down before you got too excited.
Tell me, Momo.
Oh wait, no,
Momo,
I meant to click on this one.
what's going to happen to you now that Anna is gone?
Momo big now. They want Momo live at inn. Momo don't want. Momo take care of Momo.
From what I've seen, you look pretty resourceful.
Well, either you steal food or other such things, or maybe people in the town are nice to you to give you food. I guess he's resourceful. I mean, he doesn't look like he's starving, so, I mean, what do I know, right?
It must be fascinating to live in a village full of automatons.
Automatons made by hands. Difficult work. When Momo big, he do like hands. Momo friend of automatons.
So that's why Hans or Momo, because he maybe has like a kind of like an idiot savant situation where he has a predilection with his hands and gadgets, like Hans was, maybe the same condition. Of course, Momo's was probably just genetic. It probably just happened, while Hans's was enforced on him with an accident. So, but still, I guess same result.
Tell me, Momo, did you come here a lot with Anna?
Mm-hmm. Anna like Momo. Anna like Hans. Anna on journey.
Well, they say death is the greatest journey.
You lived with Anna Vorarlberg, didn't you? Maybe you can tell me a secret or two about how automatons are made.
Anna not want Momo in factory.
Oh, but then, okay, well, I mean, she doesn't know him well enough to maybe not get his hands stuck in a thing. I remember when I was 3, I got my hands stuck in an escalator, so what do I know?
Momo, I've got to go now. But see you later, maybe.
Well, anyway, let's see what he gave us. Pencil and paper, huh? So we need to draw this thing, but I don't think... I'll double check, because when I was checking from my previously, like before, when I was editing stuff, I didn't see anything in the office here I could do. I think the whole thing there is to activate Momo, is what the light is supposed to do. And I think you can turn off the light again for some reason. I don't know if that really does anything, turning it back off. Well, I don't want to waste power. The factory is already going under, and we don't want to charge our bosses even more for the energy source. So I think we're done here. I think we need either like a node or an imprint, because I think it sounds like that since it's pencil and paper, I think what we need to find is an imprint of a mammoth, so we can just kind of pencil shave it over it. Maybe. I mean, I could be wrong, but that seems to be the general idea, or at least find a way to easily trace a thing. So yeah, for now, looks like we'll have to leave Momo to his devices. So we need to find a way to find a mammoth. So there are a few places we can still check, and like most adventure games or any puzzle, if you can't solve the initial puzzle, keep going around. Maybe you'll get a clue to something else. Now, if I remember, there are some areas I still haven't completed yet, and I feel like I might have missed something there. Like one is the church, so I'm gonna go back there. Now I know I could find Oscar's legs, and that was the original idea, but I think I'll have to find that on the way. I'm going to go back to the church really quick. And luckily, since it doesn't take that long, as long as you get Kate to run and double-click, you can get back to a location pretty quickly, luckily enough. So, unlike other other games where it takes you forever to either walk or get to a location. I feel like I have to go back to the notary at some point too, because I think he had that like weird mechanism that we have to use, which I might do that soon. But oh, come on, there we go. For some reason she wasn't locking on. Could talk to the old man again, see, because there was that one in the priest's office. I assume that was the priest's office anyway, although we never actually ran into the priest, so I don't know if there was an automaton priest or something like that. I wonder what god the automatons would worship. I guess whoever created them. You know, but there has to be a afterlife for the robots and stuff like that. Otherwise, where would all the screws and pencil sharpeners go? Or is that how the joke? I forgot what. Or I'll have to watch that show again at some point to remind myself of the joke. It's from Red Dwarf, a sci-fi comedy show. Pretty good, I think. Even for the dry British humor, it's still pretty good. Okay, so yeah, there was a little handle before, and I think I know how to solve it now. I didn't at the time, but I think it has something to do with, instead of it just something we push, I think it had something to do with the drawers on. Because you see, this is another case. I looked at an old video I was editing, and I noticed something here, but I didn't go back to check it immediately at the time because I had an immediate like place to go. So if we push this, yeah, see now it opens. So yeah, that's what I thought at the time. But anyway, let's grab the key, which will probably open up the mausoleum, which is a same design, and we get a note. To my successor, the Vauldemare parish priest. The sanctity of confession is a sacred vow, so these revelations are a result of much soul-searching and reflection. One day in March 1938, Rudolf Vauldemare knocked at my door. I was a young priest then, and was overawed by the dominant personality of the town's most important figure. I remember it was raining that day, and beneath his dripping hair, Monsieur Vauldemare's face was the very expression of eternal pain itself. Through gritted teeth, his eyes swimming with grief, he announced that his son Hans had just died. He wanted me to come immediately to bless the body. I entered the dark drawing-room of the family home. Hans' coffin was set in the middle and sealed shut. Monsieur Vauldemare explained to me that he wanted no one to see the body of his son. Hans' badly mangled corpse had been discovered at the bottom of a precipice. It was presumed that he had slipped and fallen badly. Despite his 18 years of age, the young Vauldemare did not have all his faculties. I believed him. I led the funeral and officiated the mass and burial. We buried Hans Vauldemare with all the dignity and solemnity befitting with such a tragedy. Life indeed hangs on a thread, and I would have surely forgotten this episode only. Several years later, after her father's death, Anna Vauldemare had an accident at a factory and nearly died. Such a close call with death, it seemed to awaken her a need to confess. What I heard that day would haunt my dreams thereafter. She told me that the body of her younger brother Hans was not to rest at the family tomb for the simple reason that he was still alive. I had blessed and sanctified an empty coffin. I had assisted and sanctioned a masquerade staged by Rudolf Vauldemare himself to exorcise the blind hatred he felt for his son. His son had left and he felt betrayed, a man who preferred to believe and make others believe his son was dead, rather than accept his truth and shamefully deceive me. What kind of priest was I, and what kind of priest would I become? Oh, merciful Father alone will be my judge. It is my duty to inform you that one of your flock is still unaccounted for. I leave this terrible secret in your hands to do with what you will. Leon Bernard, priest. At least it coincides with what Anna said in her journal thing. So, yeah, now we've got that. So, yeah, I probably should have gone back to check that earlier because I never solved that, and I didn't find anything in the initial areas to indicate I had a tool to open that. So, I should have known it had something to do with the drawer, but, yeah, what can you do? You don't think of those things at the time. So now we can go to the graveyard. So, yay, let's go. Run, Kate, run! Time to check an empty casket. Let's see what they threw inside. Although, isn't Anna buried there too? So, because I assume the empty casket of Hans is there too. Maybe. Because I assume it's a family mausoleum, so. Alright, but yeah, now we can go in there, so. Yeah, since I didn't find a tool initially in the factory, I'm like, I probably missed something way back, but, you know. Okay, inside the hat. Use the key. This ain't creepy at all. Good thing we're not dealing with vampires or anything like that, so. Alright. Yep, and the key is used, so we can never use it again. You think we could use it for multiple, because it looks like the whole area is the same key, but, whatever. Or at least same design of key, but. Alright, well, let's see what's inside this place. Just double checking, see if there aren't any interactives or clickables. No? Okay. I'll have to get a little closer to my screen so I don't miss something like what happened last time, so. Huh. Well, there's nothing inside. It seems like a whole lot of nothing. Well, let's keep looking. There's another area to explore. Ooh, hello. I got Anne's grave, Hans's grave, and then the Isabel Vorlborg. I can't see this one. I guess it's supposed to be covered up on purpose, yeah, but I can't even read that. Is that Rudolph? Or no, Rulfi? I can't really. Yeah, I assume the idea is that there's a name there, but it's not important. We see Anna's name, and then Hans's name. So we can't check Hans' grave, or Anna's grave, I mean. 2002, huh? And apparently died in 1938, but we know now the truth. Let's see what's hiding inside his grave. Time to go grave robbing, Kate. Well, you did tell Momo you had to do some things that, you know, would be considered rude. Alright. Got a coffin. But what is buried inside? Huh. Well, so you got a message and a bracelet, maybe? Oh, it's a cylinder. I wonder if that goes into the one we took out from earlier, or does it go on the train? The Vauldemare Gazette, Tuesday, March 17, 1938. Mountain fall kills local figure. So they put the so the father put like the newspaper in there too, or someone else did. Maybe it was the priest. Mountain fall kills local figure. The Vauldemare family was struck by tragedy yesterday. Rudolf Vauldemare discovered the lifeless body of his son Hans at the bottom of the precipice. Poor visibility occasioned by the morning mist were probably the cause of the young man's fall. This is the theory put forward by the family, as there were no witnesses. Hans had just turned 18 years of age. 8 years ago, he suffered a similar serious accident for which he never fully recovered the full use of his mental faculties. Despite living almost as a recluse, he was still a well-known figure, as the future of Vauldemare manufacturing lay in his hands. We at the Vauldemare Gazette wish to extend our deepest sympathies to his family and express our sincere condolences to Rudolf Vauldemare and his daughter Anna, who today became the sole inheritor of the automaton factory. So we got that. So yeah, we can either play it at that one musically inclined place at On's room, or we use it as a spot for the train, which is probably how we unlock it. We could probably use it, but we need to find multiple important items to use on the train. So I was hoping we'd find something about the mammoth, so didn't find anything there. So but that's fine. We found the thing that we need to get on the train. So if anything. All right. Before we go back to the factory, let's see if we can. Let's see if that. Anything we can do with the notary at this point, because we did find that bottle of ink. I wonder if that has anything to do with that. But I don't. Not sure if we have to do anything with that yet. Probably should go back to the factory, but since we're on the way to the notary, might as well. Let's just see if the old man has anything to say while we're. Probably not. It's probably just a case of I gotta go. I've got to go steal stuff and put my nose in everyone's business.
Hello again.
If you have 5 minutes.
I am.
Okay. Same thing. So he's pretty much done yin rings. So let's see. That was the inn. Yeah, I wonder if it's too early to go back to the notary. Yeah, what's up with that just serious tone of music there? You know, I don't know why that just seems so not out of place, but it just seems like whoa, hold on, calm down. Calm down, you. Alright, let's go over here. As far as I know, you can never go into any of the buildings, so. If we can't do anything with the desk, then we'll just continue on with getting Oscar his legs. So, at least I have a general idea. Now that we've got that, whatever that thing was, and entered inside the factory, I think we can, let's see. For now that I think about it, I don't think I can mess with this. Let's see. I can't put the notary on there, or the pencil and paper, so. Okay, so the bottle of ink goes in there, so I wonder if. No. I guess we need something else to put on there. It's not the paper, so I guess we have to do something else with that piece of paper and drawing, because nothing else is. Oh, that's what it does. It's supposed to approve something. So yeah, this pencil paper is empty. So we're supposed to approve some type of contract that we can't do with. I wonder if the guy's still out or yet.
Oh no, I forgot the notary will be ready.
Alright, so we can't do anything with this until we get a piece of paper that indicates we need to have something that says it's approved. Perhaps we need to find that, if we can find the contract or find something about Hans, perhaps that's what we need to do. So we did come here a little early. Probably could have held on to the ink a bit sooner. I'll just have to remember to come back here later. Let's click that off the inventory. So, and we still need to get Momo that picture of Mammoth. But since I don't immediately remember how to do that, let's go with see if we can get Oscar his legs, and then we'll come back to Momo eventually. I know we had that message about mammoths, but I don't think there was ever. They said Anna could draw a mammoth, so maybe she has something in her her quarters, or in the in her office, maybe. Well, we had to go there in the general area anyway, so. Just the sweet smell or sweet sound of water turning. Okay, let's go to the, because yeah, not the last episode, but the episode before, we found a thing on a, like either right where this is. Unfortunately, since Kate never talks about stuff or describes what she's talking about, I'm not sure what that is. I think that's like either like oil or some energy thing or something like that. Well, the thing is powered, but it's not working. So, but let's see what happens when we click on it.
It's really heavy. I've got to get some help.
Okay, so we'll use this, the forklift, with the creepy man hands on it. It's like Mr. Grabby Hands. He's trying to grab you inappropriately or something like that. I was like, no, stop it. Just do your job, man. Just watch the thing go to work there. I know the idea of it is probably to keep it in place, but depending on the item, shouldn't it be so heavy that it shouldn't really shift around? Well, I guess it double makes sure that it doesn't fall off or whatever, so yeah, I thought it would go there because of what it does, so. Yeah, it's either, maybe it's like oil or something like that, because like I said, Kate never describes what the thing is or what it can do, so we just have to assume if we follow certain patterns, it'll do it itself, but yeah, I assume it's like a lubrication or something like that. Because as sophisticated as technology is, we still... Oh yeah, and if I click it again, I think it just does the same thing, so... As sophisticated as certain technology is, it still needs lubrication, so that's why oil is still useful. Now, should we have less reliance on oil? Yes, but as far as I know, I can't click on the actual look at it, so let's go back to the office. And we did find that music piece. I wonder if we can... I assume I need to do something to mess with that music box, but let me see if putting in this thing does anything different. So, because she said it was jammed earlier, so.
Hans, where are you hiding? We've got to go home. We're late. Very late. Anna, over there. What do you mean over there? Please, Hans, we've got to go. It's a secret. You've got to swear. Okay. I, Anna Vorarlberg, swear to my brother Hans to never ever mention this to anyone.
It's right there! You see?
But it's dark in there.
Don't worry, I took a lantern. From the factory. Girls, honestly.
You won't look so clever when Father notices you've stolen one of his lanterns. Oh, I'm all covered in mud because of you.
Look, Anna. Look.
I've seen paintings like this in a library book. They're like...
You swore, Anna. It's a secret between you and me. Hey, look. There's something else up there.
Oh, come on.
It's like a toy. I have to have it. Give me some light.
It's much too high. Do be careful, Hans. Hans, be careful.
For weeks, my brother lay in a coma, hanging between life and death. And then one morning, he opened his eyes. But I knew he would never be the same again. We never did return to the cave. And to this day, I have never, ever betrayed our secret.
Well, now we got to see a full FMV video about what occurred. Never betrayed the secret. Didn't you kind of betray the secret by making a voice box that someone could probably figure out? But anyway, it popped up the thing, so we can take it. Yay! I assume that's one of the major things to go on the thing. And we keep the cylinder, which probably also goes on the train as well. So we got that back. Yeah, now we got a new note. If you saw, like, it said a little note appear, so we can ask some people about the cave. So that'll be something to do in the future. So, okay. I don't think there's anything more to do here that I'm aware of. I don't think there's anything to interact with. Usually you can tell. I almost thought that maybe the ink ball had something to do with here, but I remember that there was already an ink bottle here. And there's no interactive to use anywhere around here, so. I'm trying to remember if there was ever a part where I saw a, like a mammoth or anything like that, so I'll have to think about that. So, but anyway, let's get Oscar his leg, so we know that's at least an obvious objective I can do right now. So yeah, all the pieces. I mean, we knew about this, so it's kind of weird depending on how you view it. You might even get all this before you even read the diary, so it pretty much tells you what happened. But Anna's diary does tell about like what happened after the fact. Just that this shows how he what he was trying to get that, you know, doll of the thing. But now that we have that oil source or whatever, we can now actually make his legs. However, you need to do something specifically to I think, let's see, no, it's not that color. So what we need to do is we need to make Oscar's legs, and I know you need a specific model, and it's based off the certain wood type as well. So I think it's supposed to be this one. There's a cutscene that'll, if I remember correctly, there's supposed to be a cutscene that indicates. There's two cutscenes that'll occur. There's one where you just make the legs, and one where if you do it correctly. So let's see if I did it right. We did it. If you do it wrong, it just shows the legs being made, but that's it. If you did it right, that little bird thing will appear. So yeah, we chose the right. Now, I'm not sure. I'm trying to remember how you're supposed to know it's that.
I don't need to use this console.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Well, not anymore. We don't have to use it anymore. As far as I remember anyway. I'm not sure how you're supposed to figure out what wood type it is. I know just there's some messages about like what Oscar. If you bring Oscar the wrong legs, he said those are the wrong legs, Kate Walker. And that's all he says. He never. And I think you can also ask him about if you don't get this right the first time, there is a note on here about the production. Kate mentions how she has trouble working the device or something like that. All Oscar says like, oh, that's a problem, Kate Walker. I'll see if I can still ask him that, since to get the next set of dialogue, you have to give him his legs. So let's see what he says before we give him his legs. So all right, let's click on Oscar.
Hi, it's me.
I am in. Nothing would give me greater pleasure.
Sorry, I didn't mean to click it. I thought she was going to repeat herself. So now we can ask, about the production line.
Oscar, I'm experiencing some problems with the general console. It looks like I need more than your card to operate it.
To my knowledge, the console is in perfect working order.
Okay, I guess I must have forgotten something.
Most certainly, yes. I am counting on you, Kate Walker.
Man, thanks for giving me a clue what to do other than I missed something. But yeah, what you're supposed to do is which I already did the first time I went in, which is to power on the factory, which is with the water wheel, and then get the lubrication. I assume that's what it was. I could be wrong. And then you can make his legs. But let's ask him about the cave.
Did you hear Anna Vorarlberg talk about a mysterious cave?
No, Kate Walker.
Oh, thanks for that. I guess we could ask Momo or who else. I think we could technically ask the innkeeper if we want to know some more information. So we might have to go back to them after we get some more stuff before we finish this area out. But this area isn't finished till we...
Oscar, I am delighted to have met you. See you again soon, I hope.
Yes, Kate Walker.
But this section of the game doesn't end until we go to the train and activate it, so it gives us plenty of time to go talk to the other NPCs about that. So, but anyway, now that we made Oscar's legs, oh, I actually forgot to go grab his legs. But we'll grab his legs next time on the next episode of Syberia. How will Oscar deal with his legs and like will you act like getting his like the Tin Man getting his oils from Wizard of Oz? Well, we'll see you then. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.